So I don't like New Year's resolutions. They don't tend to work. They don't tend to have any structure. I do, however, love goals. I love goal setting. So I'm going to be talking goals. Let's make 2022 our year. So before I talk about how you can kind of structure your goals, I want to make this point, and I think this is where people get it horribly wrong. Don't make your goals a punishment. And this is how I like to think of it. Simply set up your perfect day. And this isn't I want to go to a beach in the Caribbean. Your perfect normal day. And you'll actually find when you think about it in these terms, you can actually structure what you're doing easily. You know, what do I want to do in the morning? When do I want to get up? Do I want to exercise? What do I want for breakfast? What do I want to do in the day? How much do I want to practice? You know, set that day up and you'll actually start to see a blueprint that is actually very attainable. So you've probably heard of SMARTer goals. So, and if you haven't, Google it, SMART or SMARTer goals, and it will kind of give you a list of what your goals should encompass. At the beginning, S, specific. Your goals have to be specific. If they're vague, all that is a wish. And we all wish we had this, that, and the other, but wishes don't cut it. So it has to be specific, and it also has to be measurable. And it needs to be measurable for two reasons. One, just so you can see the progress. It's sometimes hard when you're actually living it to see the progress. And also it gives you a chance to aim for something. You know, if you go, oh, I'm a 28 index and I want to be a scratch, you know, you need to have measurable goals in the middle or it's just not going to happen. They need to be attainable and they have to be realistic. It's why when you're making your goals, you need to sit down and put a lot of thought in there. Don't just pick something out of the ether. It actually might put more pressure on you and actually be very detrimental. Your goals need to have a time frame, and it's very good to have short-term and long-term goals. Sometimes if you've only got a long-term goal, again, it puts too much pressure on you and it doesn't give you those little wins. I think it's those little wins that keep you on the straight and narrow. Motivation will drop. You know, we're always motivated when we start. You can't rely on motivation. Have short-term goals, little wins, little win, little win, little win. That compounds you to the top. It compounds you to that overall long-term goal. You have to write your goals down. If you don't write them down, and studies have actually shown pen and paper is actually better than just putting it into your phone. Actually physically write it down. If you don't, all you're doing wishing gets you nowhere. When you're making your goals, it's very important to make sure they're in line with your values and your value systems. If there's a bit of conflict, even if you are motivated, you set up a good plan, it's not going to feel right, and you're going to feel like you're doing this against yourself the whole time. So when it comes to goals, you have to be prepared to be judged. People won't be on your side all the time. The more successful you get, the more people will judge you. If you don't want to be judged, stay at the bottom. The 90% rule is so important for goal setting. And what it is, once you get within 90% of your goal, you need to reevaluate and set new goals. When you don't do that, it's easy to be really making progress and you start to plateau as you get to the finish line. Happens a lot when people are trying to lose weight. Once you get within 90%, it's time to redo the whole process. Keeps you going. We don't need to plateau. Sometimes we don't realize how good we can actually be. Apply the 90% rule. Apply the other things that I have said in this video. And I said, if you're not prepared to write it down, it's a wish. Wishes are useless. Get comments down here now. What are your goals? How are you going to achieve them? Please have a great 2022. I'm excited for what this year is going to bring. I hope you are too. If nothing else, hopefully COVID will start to do this a bit and we'll get a bit to normal. But the thing is with life, is normal is a bit crazy anyway. So stay happy, stay safe, and I hope to catch you soon.